Good afternoon or evening, not sure what the time is exactly. Hello everybody. I bet you haven't seen me do one of these in quite some time, and I didn't do any warning saying that I was going to be doing this, but I think it's quite important that I just decided quickly I need to talk to you guys about this fantastic chart. As you guys know, the Northern Provinces Sediment chart has been out for a while. It's been an extremely popular chart. It did start to go a little bit quiet because we started to cover all the dams up country in the northern provinces with our HD mosaics and drone imagery and photographs around the shore. And unfortunately, a little bit of focus fell off just the sediment charts. And guys, I want to sort of refresh your memory as to how important these sediment charts are. We have released the charts now. It's called the Northern Provinces Pro, and I'll tell you why it's called Pro. I've taken all the contour data that I have, and it's quite a few. If you look at this list here, let me just merge that into there, take me off there. If you look at that, you can see there's how many have got contours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You've got 12 dams there that have actually got contours. Let me put that back up there and put that back up there. Okay. Now these contours, these are precision contours, okay? But for it's actual data that's been driven out and recorded, not accumulated from some database somewhere and a little bit of a guess done. This is actual sonar survey data, the combination of myself, Dylan, who's recently joined us end of last year, and then of course the Amy's, the autonomous craft. That everybody has become so fond of. And exciting news, there's a new Amy coming soon, and she's going to look spectacular. But anyway, that's something for another day. But guys, let's get back to these Northern Provinces chart. I'm just going to go off here quickly. Why can't I see if anybody is on? There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. Guys, I'm going to take this off. Let me take me off. And then we're just going to go through these charts quickly. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, or if you can, just please let me know in the comments. I'll really appreciate it. Okay, guys, it's the FishTec charts. It's the Northern Provinces Pro. Basically, what has been added, and this is something completely new, is we've included all the waterways of South Africa. Even though this is the Northern Provinces chart, we've included all the waterways. So every little stream and river or lake or whatever it might be has now is included, and you'll see it's really nice to know because you can see what dams are going to the next one and where's the catchment area for certain dams. So it's a really nice bit of information to include. It's got a border on it. Okay. Next, all the dams, we have the names of all the dams that are on there. Obviously, we don't have the sediments or the satellites or the contours for all of this, but on the waterway side of it, there will be quite a nice and accurate outline of the dam, as well as the little streams and rivers feeding into it and out of it. So that's a really nice addition to have. Next, this has been on the sediment chart before. We've had the satellite imagery, so yeah, that you guys are quite familiar with. Okay, the other thing, I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but you could turn your transparency up and down on your satellite. It's not something I've played around with a lot, but it's something that is there. Maybe some of you will find a use for it or not. I'm just mentioning it to say that that is something that you can do. And then, of course, same as before. Now, this you never had on the sediment chart, okay, is the contours. We've now given you these contours. Guys, the value of this contour data, for what we are selling this chart for, it's ridiculous. Back in the day when I'd scanned about 40% of Inanda, I was selling it for 2,700 Rand about 10 years ago. So this is 10 years later, and now you're getting just about, well, you're getting every single, let me just flick this over here. you're getting all those dams under contours listed in blue: Arabi, Bronkhorstspruit, De Hoop, etc., etc. You can come back to this later. You're getting all of these, okay? And you're going to have these contours. And these contours, we are not giving you the 1 foot precision contours. That we're going to leave for the HD charts when you buy the specific individual dams, but the data is just as accurate, but you're only going to get 3 foot intervals on the big dams. On some of the smaller dams, like for the carp guys, and the guys that like to do a little bit of bank angling and want to know what's in the water, those smaller dams, yeah, that's, some of them might have 1 foot contours, but we will have a look at that. Okay, so what can you do with these contours? There's your list of contour dams right there. You can circle back to that. Okay, a very popular feature is a shallow shoreline warning. Or if the dam has dropped, let's say the dam's dropped by 6 feet and you want to know where the new shoreline is going to be, you can customize it and you can create a new shoreline for yourself, or even if it is 100% full, you can create a warning for yourself. Let me just check who's on there. Martin Ferreira. Hello Martin, how are you doing? He says yes, he can hear us. Fantastic. Okay, so you've now got a warning in the shallows, but what else can you do? You can mark your deep water, and it's fully customizable. I mean, it's by 3 foot increments, whatever you want to customize and highlight, whether it's a range that you feel you want to find a drop off in that 33 to 39 foot range. You can just highlight that and you can customize it to exactly how you want it. What's important to mention here, guys, at this point is we can, let me just put my picture on here. I'm just going to put that over there. Guys, what's important to note here is all the contour data, but not the imagery. The contour data is all going to be viewable and usable on the hook and hook reveal. So your little hook units, your little chart plotters, it's going to work on those units, but you won't have the imagery, you won't have the satellite, and you won't have the sediment. But I'm going to tell you at the end of this video, and you must pay close attention to the end of this video, because along with this being a fantastic special, I'm going to offer something truly amazing. So the guys that have got hooks and hook twos thinking, oh no, this is too fancy, it's not for them, I'm going to do something special for you at the end of the video. So you need to watch the end of the video. Okay, let me take this off. Let me put that back there. I'm going to merge that into there. Take that off there. I'm going to take that there. Oops, oops, that ran away from us. Okay, wait, pause. Okay, guys, these sediment charts, there's the sediment chart, and it's of this exact same area. This is on Arabi Dam. Those of you who know Arabi Dam will know who or where this is. Okay, there's the sediment chart. Now, back in the day, the guys used to use these sediment charts a lot. Big paper charts. They had no idea. They couldn't create a waypoint or nothing. They had to go out on the water and they had to work it out for themselves, which was a massive task for these guys, but they did it. These are the old school boys that were doing this. Now, FishTec has made it easy for you. We've taken these charts, we've calibrated them, bang, and we've put them onto your fish finder. You can sit at home, you can put on a big screen on your TV and create waypoints and do all sorts of amazing things. But what else can you do now with the, oh, sorry, let me just get the images up. That's it. What else can you do with your contours with the new Northern Provinces Pro chart? Northern Provinces Pro chart, guess what? Now you know where the shoreline is, because you can turn on custom shorelines, you can turn on custom depth levels, you can turn on dangerous areas, a depth level that you want to mark as dangerous if the dam has gone down, for example. So really, this is a chart you really want to get your hands on, because this is a big step up from the old sediment. I'm talking about the FishTec Northern Provinces Sediment chart. You want to upgrade to the Pro, you really do. Right, what have we added here? We've also added bottom hardness. or bottom composition, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, not for all the dams. We've only got 8 of the dams. The reason why it was so tricky before, we're using multiple different types of units. We were getting different types of readings. They were not compatible from a hardness perspective. Yes, the depth was all fine, but we couldn't use the hardness. Lately, we've just stuck to a single brand, and we're trying to get all the recording done with the single brand units so that we can get accurate bottom composition, because the characteristics of the transducer are going to remain the same. So we got bottom hardness, and these are things that you can turn on and off, by the way, and I'm going to show you how. In fact, I'm going to do that in another video. We're not going to do that tonight, although we might. Let's see how we go, guys. Also on this Northern Provinces sediment, the Northern Provinces Pro chart, I've also included these smaller dams, your Emmerenches, Wemmerpan, Aqua Paradiso, Blaupan, Van Rijn, Homestead, and your Academy up there, Bronkhorstspruitway, north of Bronkies. I've included that, and that's the carp guys are really going to find beneficial. This is Aqua Paradiso. I was shocked to see how deep Aqua Paradiso is. This is your bottom hardness overlay on top. The red is your very soft slushy colors going into your harder as it starts to go to your greens, and the minute you run into your blues, you know you're running into really a much harder bottom. Okay. And these you can customize. You can turn them on and off at will, which is actually quite nice, and this is simply done under your categories selection. So that's really going to be a big advantage for a lot of people. Okay, I said to you I was going to, let's go restart. Okay, there we go. And let me put this one over here, merge, and this one I'm going to go 1. There we go. Okay, guys, what I said to you, to the hook people, that you must listen, this is the part where you want to listen. The chart sells for 2,500 Rand. It's an absolute steal. Okay, it's an absolute bargain. This, you want to get your hands on it. No, you do not have the imagery. You are not going to have the sediment chart. You are not going to have the satellite. You're not going to have that. But you're going to have those very important contours and bottom compositions of those 8 dams, which is worth a fortune. It's worth about 30,000 Rand. Okay, if you bought them all separately, it's about 30,000 Rand. So you really want to get your hands onto this chart. Now what's going to happen in 6 months time or 3 months time, that you're sitting with your little hook or your little hook reveal or whatever it might be, and you say, no man, these guys are having far too much fun with these bigger units, and you're going to go and buy yourself the new Lawrence Elite FS for fishing system, or you buy a second-hand TI or TI2 or an old HDS Gen 2 button even, that's going to do imagery. So what do? You spend 2,500 Rand. Now you want all the imagery. Guess what you do? You send the card back to us. It gets replaced if you do it within a year, because remember, when you buy the chart, you've got 12 months subscription with FishTec. Okay, you get free updates for a year, for 12 months. You will then send that card back to us. We'll make sure that the card is 100% and it's in a working condition, and we free of charge, except for the courier. You're going to have to pay for the courier to send the card back to us, and you're going to have to pay us 100 Rand for Postnet to get the card back to you. But you're going to be upgraded free of charge, but you've got to do it within your first 12 months. That's the only trick. Now, what about all the guys that have already bought the FishTec Northern Provinces sediment chart? Not a problem. We are going to upgrade you to Northern Provinces Pro free of charge. If you've bought any chart from us, we don't care what chart it is, any chart, you bought a chart from us in the last 12 months, that would mean that you have a valid FishTec subscription. You're going to send your old sediment chart back to us, and we are going to send you a brand new Northern Provinces Pro chart free of charge, except for the 99 or 100 Rand for the Postnet. Guys, that's a fantastic deal. So really, and a last little note for the youngsters out there, the youngsters that are fishing with your dads and your friends and your uncles and whatnot, guys, get somebody to show you how to use a sediment chart. It is an amazing piece of work. Even if your dad or whoever's bought the FishTec charts with the drone imagery and the side scan and stuff, that I know that is wonderful stuff. But learn to read and understand the sediment chart, because very often there's some golden information that is in those sediment charts. Zain Abib recently, one of our FishTec Pro staff, recently spoke about that, and he was on the money 100%. I had a chat with Martin de Kock this afternoon, and I said, Martin, please, can you perhaps join me, and can we talk to the youngsters and the newbies in the game and tell them how important that old school idea of using the old sediment DWAF, Department of Water Affairs and Forestry charts is to your fishing. Guys, get hold of Colleen. Let me take myself out of the picture here quickly so you can see the numbers and everything behind me here. There it is there. You get hold of Colleen on 082 446 0914, or you can send an email at sales@fishtec.co.za and order your chart today and get your old charts back to us if you're doing an upgrade, and let's get you sorted. Right, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed the short video. It wasn't too long, but yeah, I hope you have a good evening. Thank you.